ground conditions are dry rock, and there has been no precipitation of any kind in the past 24 hours. Today's summit outlook is mostly in the clear under mostly sunny skies in the upper 50s with, I would say, negligible winds blowing northeast, moving eastward about 5 to 20 miles an hour with some potential for just light and variable winds. Nice. Tonight we'll be in the clear under increasingly cloudy skies. We'll be in the mid-40s with winds blowing eastward from the east 5 to 20 miles an hour.
Yeah, I'm hanging out with you.
Lake of the Clouds Hut. Good morning.
Hey.
Up we go, over Washington.
Here we go.
There's Tree Squirrel loading up. Hey, you guys. Here we go, another morning. Let's take a look around this side before we go. We saw that sunset last night. Clouds down in the valley this morning. Look kind of cool. Came from back that direction yesterday. Heading this direction this morning. Ooh, feels nice out here.
My watch says 4 a.m. My mind says stay in bed, but my spirit says go ahead to another day, another day. And I've got mighty miles to make, and not a single one will go to waste.
Okay, good morning. Good morning, everyone. Look at that sunshine blazing over the top of the mountain. Blue sky, not a cloud in the sky. What a day for Mount Washington. It's going to be beautiful. It's supposed to be one of the warmest days in, I don't know, 6 or 7 years. And we're blessed with this weather to go over the top of Mount Washington. Couldn't have picked a better day. Be glad to get up there. Let's go around the corner here. I'll give you a peek of it. I showed you yesterday, but hey, it's a new day. This is the Lake of the Clouds Hut, and another nice hut stay with lots of good food. Had a lot of people there, probably about 50 last night. And right there she is. She, he, what do they call mountains? I don't know. Anyway, right there's Mount Washington, and it's about 1.5 miles to the top, so should be up there in, I don't know, about 1.5 hours or so. And show you the way up, and I'll show you when we get there. So I'm going to have a great day. I hope you have a great day. What a beautiful day on the summit of Washington. It's going to be glorious. See you up there. See the Lake of the Clouds hut down there on the mountainside. The clouds down in the valley. Beautiful sky without a cloud in it. Just look at that. There's Mount Washington. 1.4 miles now. So it's only about 1.5 miles from Lake of the Clouds Hut. Which, when we look back on it, Could have gotten more miles between some of these huts, but you never know what kind of weather you're going to have. And if the weather was different, would have certainly been a whole different situation yesterday or the day before or today. But just with the weather that can happen on top of Mount Washington, so fortunate to have the day that we have today, and happy to be able to share this with you. As I mentioned earlier, probably about 50 people in the hut last night, and there were only about maybe 8 or 10 the night before in the mitzvah shelter. And a lot of that just has to do with proximity for people. People can ride the cog railway up to the top of Mount Washington and then just hike a mile and a half down to the Lake of the Clouds hut. So a lot more people. Plus there are other hikes that you can do. There are a lot of side trails here, which we want to keep an eye on to make sure that stay on the red line, which is the Appalachian Trail, and on up to the top. It's also some electrical plug-ins, which the huts don't have electricity. AMC Highland Center did, of course, but these other huts do not. So charge up one of the batteries that I've depleted and get some juice in the phone and the Garmin and enjoy the summit a bit before heading a short distance to Madison Hut. So right down there in the valley is where the cog railway departs from and comes up the side of the mountain. So I imagine it'll be coming up pretty soon, up to the summit of Washington. Goes up along that shoulder right there and to the top. So we're kind of saddened this morning. Unfortunately, our buddy Gray's son, one of the 3 founding members of the Medicare gang, got a phone call or a message that he needed to leave for a family emergency. So we're definitely thinking about Gray's son as we hike today, missing him and wishing the best for him and his family. Hope he can rejoin us. But definitely our thoughts and prayers go out to Gray's son and his family. It's kind of cool. They are topping these cairns with a slab of, I don't know, quartz, I guess. Kind of cool. On the way up. Just enjoying the hike this morning. Pretty easy terrain. You know, you're stepping from rock to rock, so you have to be careful. But so far, pretty smooth sailing and not an extreme angle. So someone could ride the cog up to the top of Washington, hike down this trail to Lake of the Clouds hut, spend the night or a couple nights, and hike on the trails around here if they wanted, and it wouldn't be too bad. Just follow the piles of rock to the top. Lake of the Clouds hut. It's kind of amazing, these quartz rock topped cairns. There's a tree squirrel coming on up. But these quartz rock topped cairns leading the way kind of makes it a little bit easier to see the route up through there. The sign up there. Antenna should have cell coverage. What do you think? White blaze, white quartz, white rock, the way to the summit. Here's the top of Mount Washington. Oh, what a beautiful day. It's just a very light breeze today. There's the white blaze. Feels so nice. The sun's so warm. Just a light breeze. Really tells you something when they have straps holding the building down. there's a webcam up there, and my family's watching me from home on the webcam. Say hello to everybody. I'll give you a view of the edge here. The cog's coming up. Beat the cog to the top. Some hang gliders up here. Cool. Nice horn. Here come the cog. Thing moves as slow as I do. Okay, you guys, coming down off of the top of Mount Washington, following the rock cairns. They're a little bit harder to see down this side than they were coming up the other side. I know, it's just a pile of rocks if I'm focused on it. Anyway, they do go out through there. Trust me on that one. There's a person down there walking. So there you go. That's where I'm gonna be. It was a lot of fun up there at the top of Mount Washington, and beautiful weather. And here's the cog line that comes down. So now hiking down the trail, the AT on the north side of Mount Washington, and the mountains that we go over. I think we're going to go down and around, there's Clay, maybe Quincy and Adams, and then down to the Madison Hut, which might be between those two mountains. One of these valleys down through here is where the Madison Hut's going to be. It's quite a drop here. Down 1,500 feet or something. Down to a little lake down there at the base of these massive peaks up here. Here's a look from the north side of Mount Washington. What a gorgeous day. Whew. Beautiful. Nice and warm. Sunny. On up we go. Up, up, up. Feeling good today. Feeling real good. Beautiful day in the Presidentials, the White Mountains of New Hampshire. Okay, so continuing on up the trail. This right here is Mount Jefferson. Mount Jefferson, and there's a blue blaze that goes up there. The Appalachian Trail does not go over the summit. It kind of skirts around to, I guess, maybe the east side of the summit. And you can see, maybe as I zoom in a little bit further and a little bit further, the rock cairns that go along kind of this tundra area. Another thing that kind of strikes me is how fortunate and blessed we are that the weather is what it is today. There is not really a whisper of wind. It's pretty toasty. Mount Washington's right back there in the center. But you can just see that, you know, on one of those bad weather days, if the wind was whipping across here and it was cold, you'd be up in it for a long time. So just feel good that it's as beautiful as it is today. Got about 3 miles to go to get to the Madison Hut, and no doubt another huge dinner and a huge breakfast and some rest and relaxation. So across this this bit we go. There's a mountain in the background there. I should have looked before I started recording this, but I'm just going to think and guess that maybe that's Madison in the background. Not really too sure, but as I get closer, I'll be able to let you know. Still moving along here, you guys. I've got 1.9 miles to go, and about 3 o'clock in the afternoon. It's been slow going today. Most of the trail has been rock hopping, which is kind of slow. Up and down, they're both slow. This is the first section in a little while that I've felt comfortable enough with the trail that I felt like I could film it. But right now we're kind of skirting around, I don't know, I think the first peak is Adam 5 or something like that. And then, no, I can't remember. But there's several different Mount Adams mountains here that we're gonna scoot by. And then the hut is before Madison. So, on up we go. So I can't remember the names of the mountains I was going to mention to you. But you can see that Mount Washington's still in the clear up there. Getting further away from it, as one would expect. Anyway, it's been a good day. Just been a little bit slow to be safe. And it looks like it's going to continue to be a little bit tricky. So some of those Adams mountains that I was having a hard time remembering, one of them is Adams 5. One of them is Sam Adams. One of them is Quincy Adams. And I believe the other one is just Mount Adams. So we got all kinds of Adams through here to go up and around and skirt around and also to give you an idea of how nice of a day it is. It's kind of crazy. It's about, I don't know, 3 o'clock, 3:30. I looked at my thermometer and it's 73 degrees right now. So it probably was something like that on top of Mount Washington over there. So we are certainly fortunate to have the weather that we have today. But just trying to get to this Madison Hut so I can stop for the day. I had mentioned that yesterday was such a quick hike. I think we made it from, was that the Mitzpah shelter to Lake of the Clouds, like in 3 hours, there by 11:30 or something. And it kind of felt a little bit like a waste because I'm trying to get as much done every day as possible so I can get to Katahdin. But after doing today, made me realize that that indeed was a great plan yesterday, because I would not have wanted to have tacked this on to yesterday and come all the way over the top of Mount Washington. And these climbs, largely because of the rock hopping aspect, which has slowed me down so much. The elevation isn't the largest concern today. It's the fact that this right here is some of the smoothest trail that I've seen, and everything else has been stepping from rock to rock, and one misstep would be a disaster. So it was a good plan, and today's going to be a full day and about all that I want at this point. Probably got another hour, maybe hour and a half left at the speed that I'm traveling, which is somewhat slow. But you can see ahead that it's going to be more of the same going across this those rock fields. So just more rocks. Okay, you really can't see it, but this is Sam Adams on the left, Mount Sam Adams. And then on the right up here, right in the center of the screen now, is Mount Adams. And the rock hopping continues all the way to the top, pretty steep rock hopping. And this is kind of cool. You see all these cairns with the quartz on the top of them, down through here, on up over the ridge. Crazy, huh? Somebody had fun. Whew. Another look back. Washington might be, I don't know, maybe I'll see it tomorrow. Yeah, I guess I probably will. Anyway, came up and over the top of Washington, and it's been quite a day. I think this is Sam Adams here. Looks like a bump right now because I'm up on top of it basically. And this is Mount Adams on this side. So you kind of skirt in between the two, and the trail has leveled off a little bit, but it's still this rocky foot placement. Really hard on the feet. Tell you what, Rocksylvania, Pennsylvania. Yeah, nothing. I don't remember Rocksylvania being this bad. Oh, 1 mile left to get to Madison Hut, and I'll be glad to get there. But hey, I'm not meaning to complain. I have been so fortunate today to have done this with the weather that I have. It's like a summer day up here, and there's no breeze whatsoever. So again, I just think of what it would be like if the weather was not nice like this, to have not just these rocks, but for them to be wet today would have been grueling and so dangerous. So, man, I am not complaining. So fortunate to have the weather and the dryness and the warmth that we have. But look at all these markers here. Kind of crazy, isn't it? They like to put the quartz up on top. I kind of like that myself. It kind of lines the way. Kind of like the white blazes a little bit, but let's see what all's going on here. I think I'm coming up to a crossroads. Mile to go. Be there before you know. All kinds of activity here. Now there's I'm gonna say there's a backpack, but there's a person on the other side here. Mount Washington, 5.1. Got all kinds of action here. It's like a nice place to hang out. How you doing? Doing good. AMC Lowe's Path. Looks like this is probably the direction I want to go. Down in the valley.
Where you headed?
Looks like that might be Gorham down there. I don't know. Cool valley right there. Or Callure. Must be about half mile from the hut now. Route 2. Oh, that's a different trail than I'm taking. Mount Adams. All right. For some reason, I can't understand the signs in this section, but I'm pretty sure this is the direction. And I will check the far out app because I don't want to waste any energy here for sure. Thank goodness, thank goodness, thank goodness. There is the Madison Hut. Right at the base of Mount Madison. The target for tomorrow. Oh, it's been quite a day. It's been awesome though. But it's been required a tremendous amount of concentration. Just the terrain that it traversed. The last half or 3/4 of a mile of the trail was much better than the rest. It seemed like the rocks were turned where there was a flat side, almost like the trail was paved. And I don't know if somebody back in the day turned all of those rocks or if it just happened to be that way. It's a little more gravelly and topsy-turvy now. But thankfully for probably about half a mile or 4/10 of a mile or something, the trail was pretty smooth and nice. But there's where I'm going. Here is the Madison Springs Hut. And I don't know, I think I made it here about 5:30, half hour before dinner. Just in time. Just in time. I think it was maybe a little over 7 mile day. And it was a doozy because of the rocks. But what a beauty it was. Hello.